All right, let's take a look at something that's a real classic here. And this is actually someone requested this, so I wanted to do it for them. Someone requested that I take a look at Talia Shire in The Godfather, since I had done some other Godfathers. So let's do with that. This is the classic scene. She gets the phone call from another woman, and we see she's pregnant. She's probably about 4 or 5 months pregnant.
Who's this?
So notice as soon as she gets that call, right the way she hangs up that phone, and now she's walking over to her
I'm not
husband.
hungry yet.
And she doesn't even bring up the call.
It's getting cold.
I'll eat out later.
Now notice, she doesn't bring up the call. She just says dinner's on the table, which means the character is giving him the option, giving him the choice. Stay, have dinner with your wife, you started a family here, or continue to get dressed and go out with this woman that just called, right? So it's a very, very important scene because it shows you that she's trying to keep the family together. But then there's the really interesting text that starts to happen and how Talia starts to behave. So watch this. This is a classic scene. Let's take a peek.
You just told me to make you dinner.
Hey, Bafangu, huh?
So he just says, you just told me to make you dinner. Now notice she's starting to act like what? A child. She's starting to regress. Now, this is a very important thing. You're playing this character. Now, he's about to call her a spoiled brat. And that's an important thing that she runs with that as an actress. She doesn't avoid that. She runs with the spoiled brat thing. She's a daddy's girl. She expects to be treated the way daddy has treated her all of her life, right? And this is very important that she leans into that. She doesn't avoid that. She doesn't decide, oh, that's not womanly enough. That's not mature enough. What she does is she leans into that. And of course, her brother, Francis Ford Coppola, gives her license and says, go through, be the spoiled brat, run through the scenes, breaking all the dishes, and watch, you'll see a spoiled brat doing this, someone who just can't believe that her husband doesn't respect her and admire her and want to treat her with decency. So she goes running away. Here we go. We start to hear.
This little guinea brat.
There you go. He says, little guinea brat, he says. And she's throwing the food around and she's throwing the dishes around and she's breaking it all. And again, now she goes at the food at the table. Look at the beautiful table she set for him. And he doesn't want to sit down with her. Now that's it. This is what you would call, let's pause this for a second. Let's pause this in the middle of it. This is what you call a temper tantrum. Now, there's no way they did multiple takes of this. There's no way. They didn't have the budget for this. So the pressure's also on these actors to deliver. You've got to go in there and you've got to throw this. Then you got to come over here. We're going to pan over here. You got to come into where the dinner's set and you got to smash that. And then you got to go up into the things and on top of the shelves. You got to smash that. And there's no way they had a bunch of this to do. So this was a very pressured take on this actress, guaranteed. Not to mention it's her brother who she admires, but oh, I got to deliver, right? So she has to lean into a specific. And if you look at the specifics that she's leaning into, she ran with the spoiled brat. Also, very important for women to hear this. If you're playing a woman who's pregnant, use the idea of her hormones. Use it that her hormones are running through your body and they're all over and she's going through strong emotional swings and changes. Don't just be, the glamour pregnancy. Use it. Everything in humanity is a piece of information for you to become alive in front of an audience, whether that audience is in front of a camera or live audience. So if you find yourself pregnant, you would have these strong vacillations of feelings and emotions because you've got hormones running through your body. You've got life coming into the world. This is your first child. All this is going on, and you're dealing with a man who doesn't respect you and is bringing other women into the nest. So she starts to destroy the nest that she has been trying to build and make so nice and to create a home. So she goes at the nest. And it's very, very important to catch that.
Now clean it up! You spoiled brat! Clean it up!
Now, notice this is very much very like daddy little girl scene. And that's what's going on there. Obviously, it's horrible. You don't hit your wife. You don't take your belt out and hit your wife. But notice that that's very childlike. Daddy takes his belt, then he spanks his little girl. So this is again Francis Ford Coppola creating this scenario between this child, Talia Shire playing like a childlike woman who's not fully developed because she grew up being pampered, you know, and Talia Shire running with that, full-heartedly running with that. And then, as you see, as the scene progresses, it only gets worse. He's trying to spank her butt, clean it, clean it, clean it. She now grabs a knife, right? And obviously it gets worse, and then he has them go into the bathroom, and then you hear the screams inside of a bathroom. And that's a very powerful thing too, because the screams inside the bathroom, now our imagination starts to go. We're no longer witnessing it. We've seen the horror in front of us. And once they go into that bedroom bathroom, now it becomes this horrendous scene for us where we can't imagine what else is he doing to her, how badly is he hurting her, etc., etc. And it becomes a horrible, horrible scene that, escalates from the destruction of the nest, which is his behavior as a man going out into the world and cheating on her. And then she destroys the nest that she's created. And this is a very important thing. When you look at a scene like this as an actress going after it, you'd say to yourself, okay, I've built this nest for this man and now I'm going to destroy it. I have hormones raging through my body and they are taking me into all different erratic things. And I am this brat. I am the spoiled brat and I can't take it. I can't. And so it gives her license not to have like overly authentic tears, but she can, Bratty, what are you doing? What are you doing? She can really go in there and start to play it and lean on it and work with the word brat and let that take the ride and go through the room and did that. And she was brilliant in this. She's so good in this. And in many other actresses' hands, this scene it would feel false or stiff, have no flow. But you can see that she really knew how to give herself specifics and move through it. So credit to her. And we know from Rocky that she knows how to go a completely different direction, right? I mean, just really, really great acting here. Hey folks, it's John Dapolito, and if you like any of the clips I'm doing, please like, comment, subscribe, because we've got a lot going on, and we're crossing TikTok and YouTube and Instagram, and we're out there on Facebook, and we're trying to reach you. So if you like, subscribe, and share it with a friend, thumbs up. It helps us circulate and get into the community.